Hello America, I'm Bernie Sanders, and today we're going to be making a recipe that needs to be addressed by the younger generation, and that is matzo ball soup. Now, first, we add this. Was that Hillary? My old eyes. The doctors say I'm legally blind, but I just say it's old age. I have a year left to live. Anyways, we're going to be using Nana's secret recipe that has been handed down generations and generations through my family. So we just pour that right in there. Yes, smells very nice. Tastes nice as well. And now we're going to be using 66% of these spices, which they include Italian seasoning, and oregano. And now, 33% of people said that they'd be okay with a candidate who has a criminal background, depending on what they did. And that's what these are, basil leaves, like when I got arrested. But don't worry, it was for a good cause. America. Now, the most important part of matzo ball soup is, of course, the matzo balls. Unfortunately, we do not have actual matzo balls here today because the top 1% keeps taking them from us. The top 1% of the nation keeps taking our matzo balls. That needs to be fixed, America. We need reform. Now we just add in these matzo balls. Right in. It'll make the soup very delicious. Hillary! Hillary! I guess she's feeling the burn now. We have to take this soup and put it on the stove for 96% of an hour. Just like how many people want gender equal pay. Now be careful, the stove is hot, so don't touch it or you'll...
Hello America, I am Bill Clinton's wife, Hillary Clinton. And before we get started, let me just, because you know, the kitchen is my second favorite place. My first is the White House. So today, I was going to be making chicken parmesan. However, I decided to scratch the recipe, kind of shift the tactics, just how like 28% would say they're okay with that. So I'm gonna be making my friend's Nana's recipe, matzo ball soup. So first, you're gonna stir in some chicken broth, right there, like that. And then we're gonna add some basil leaves. Yes. And then some Italian seasoning, which looks a lot like a drug that needs to be rescheduled to a lower classification. I'm sure my friend Fetty Wap would agree with me. Because you know, he's in the kitchen getting high with his baby. Yes. Okay, now we're gonna throw in some oregano leaves as well. This really just hits the spot, let me tell you. I bet Monica never made this for Bill.
Hillary?
Sorry, Bill. It's not like I have a problem with the truth or anything. All right, now after you have all your seasons mixed in, okay, and now you need to add the most important ingredients, the matzo balls. Now, this might not be so good right at first, but you just gotta stick with it. Just how I stuck with Bill, even though only like 37% think that's positive. It's okay, it's okay. Monica. All right, now you're gonna throw this bad boy on the stove top. Really flip it on, and you're just gonna wait. Delicious. we have a problem. What do I do? Okay. Now, America, I stuck with Bill, and I will stick with you. Thank you.
Hi all, I'm Ted Cruz. I came from a family of immigrants. My dad was born in Cuba, and they raised me with two basic values. One, freedom for America and the love. Two, some good home cooking, Cuban style. So today I will make you a cheese quesadilla with fried rattlesnake. Let's get started. So, we're gonna add the rattlesnake first. I know that's unconventional and not a lot of people support it, but 62% of people are alright with me doing things that other people don't support. So, I'm just gonna sprinkle that right in there. Now we add the most important ingredient that comes from my hometown, Calgary, Canada. Canadian bacon. Just all up in there. Don't be shy now. You know, back home when I was growing up, this was in absolutely everything. It was in rice, oatmeal, soup, your morning coffee, just throw it right in there. And now 62% of people are okay with me using this much Canadian bacon. Just like 62% of you love Canada because you love me. Alright. Now then, we're going to take some cheese, just grate it right over the top. We're making a nice border right now to separate the meats from the tortilla. We want to keep it separate. Everyone can deal with their own problems. We don't get help. Yeah. Alright. Now, you're going to take your Mexican tortilla. Mi abuela, she used to make these right at home in Cuba before she immigrated. She worked so hard. Alright. Now, you're just going to lay it right on top. And see, the American cheese is separating the Mexican tortilla from our rattlesnake and our Canadian bacon. Because we do not want any mixing of countries. We need a strong border. 1 out of 4 you agree with me. Now then, we're going to move this to the stove. Alright. And just make sure that all the cheese is nice and melted. Smells good. Let's take it off the stove. Alright. You can trust me with this quesadilla because I am trusted. I'm Ted. You trust me. Have a good day, America. Enjoy your family.
Hello, my name is John Kasich, and today I'm going to present to you my vision for America's future. I believe that America is still great, and I believe that America can still be greater than it is now. But it's going to take each of us, not just your politician, not just your president, each and every one of us to band together and decide that the steep road is worth it. This is a big crossroad for us, because we're in a state now where politicians from both sides are telling us that the answer is to blame other people. It's to blame the politicians, to blame the rich. But that's not what I think the future holds. I think if we're going to get down to business and roll up our sleeves to solve the problems America has, I think it's going to mean that we need to buckle down and take responsibility and do our best and do our part to help make America the greatest country it can be. Now today I'm not going to waste my time making some complex dish. I'm going to make something simple, something that everyone loves, and something that people can get behind. I'm talking toast, fried up with some nice jam on that bad boy. We're going to mix it all up, make it delicious. And hey, if jam's not your style, that's okay. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to rub anybody the wrong way, so it's entirely up to you. But the first thing that we need to do, the first thing we need to get started is roll up our sleeves. This will be the first thing I do every day when I show up to the White House. Roll up my sleeves to tackle the problems America has. I'm not going to blame them on somebody else. I'm going to take control of them. And you guys agree with me, with 100% of you guys saying that my executive experience and past record make me qualified to be president. And that's important. You can't have somebody who doesn't know what they're doing running the most powerful position in the country. I think that's where the other candidates fall short. I'm electable. I've done this before. I've taken challenges in Ohio. I've taken these things, and I've dealt with them. Sometimes I look around at those other candidates when they're making food. It's like they've never been in the kitchen. It's like they've never led before. That's not what you're going to get when you have me. You're going to have someone who tackles the issues, starts off strong. Just like I'm starting off right now with this white bread. I know what you're thinking, man, He could have been more inclusive. He could have done something, a dark rye, maybe a Jewish rye, something like that to show that he cares about different ethnicities. And we're going to take this bread, we're going to throw some butter on there. You want to do just a lot of butter. I'm talking you want to cover it up, you want to make it good. I'm saying maybe, I don't know, maybe like 60% of this bread should be covered in butter, because that's the amount of people who agree with me that taxes are too high. Now we need to get those taxes down if we're going to spur economic investment and help grow our economy again. We're sluggish. We can't have that. Once you have this bread all buttered up, I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is white bread. This is American right here. We're going to plop it right down on there. We're going to grab another piece out, because I don't want just one piece of bread. I want a lot of bread. I want a lot of financial success for America. I have big dreams for this country. We're going to butter that bad boy up just like that. Man, and this is all about you. You can butter it however you want. If you're one of those brush guys who likes to melt the butter down and take out that brush and just put it on there, you do you. I'm not going to get in your way. I'm not going to stop you. It's all about us coming together and using our strengths together. Now that you have the bread on here, we're going to get ready. We're going to actually prepare the meal. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our skillet. We're going to pop it on high heat. Medium or high, it's up to you. You can really choose whatever you want here. I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to push you into a corner. But what we're going to do is we're going to let it sit for a second and actually start getting browned up. The butter will melt. It'll get nice and brown. You get that nice consistency, that crunch. It really adds to the flavor of the dish. And here's what I think is important. I think you're only doing half the bread, right? And that's the same amount of people, 50%, that agree with me that we need to be doing more about the environment. This is a big deal, right? You wouldn't want to eat your bread if it wasn't crunchy. Dude, count me out on that one. Now, I don't know if you can smell that. I can. It's getting done. So we have two options here. You can choose to double down. Grill both sides up. That's not me. I'm a 50-50 kind of guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Simply Fruit. Now this is American through and through. I'm not talking any of that foreign stuff. This is the real deal. It's like I'm on the orchard right now. This is crazy, guys. You got to be here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this and we're just going to rub this all over that bread. And it's going to, oh man, this is just like my mom used to make. And Ohioans understand. That's why they voted for me. That's why they re-elected me. They love me. Because I believe in down-home cooking and I believe in America. I'm John Kasich. I want to be your next president.
I'm presidential candidate Donald Trump, former TV star. Now today, we're going to be making a casserole for success, and it's going to be the greatest damn casserole this country's ever seen. Not just the best, the greatest, because this country deserves the greatest I can give. Now you see, we're going to start out with some honey bunches of oats. And I used to eat this stuff when I was a kid. And you know what I did when I was a kid after I ate some of this? I was successful. Now you see all these guys in Washington sitting around on their asses all day doing nothing. They clearly aren't eating this stuff because they're not successful. Alright, next, we're going to add a little bit of no, we're not. That Chinese crap? No. They're wanting to ship all these American jobs overseas to the Chinese with their little hands? No. We're going to go all American, baby. Barbecue sauce for the win. Alright, so now we let this marinate for about 15 minutes. And you know, 90% of people say that a political candidate should have political experience. And much like this 100% grated Parmesan cheese from Italy, I think that's a load of bullshit. But you know what? We're gonna add this anyways to be politically correct. Alright? Now, I wish you guys could see in here right now, because this looks delicious. I mean, it's not like any of this other crap they're making, like matzo ball soup, some foreign crap. No. And it's not even good. I thought women were supposed to be good in the kitchen, but nope, Hillary just sucks. And then we got fried rattlesnake over here. Like, what are we, a bunch of hicks? No way. Alright. So we're gonna go ahead and throw this in at 500 degrees for about 20 minutes. Alright, now our timer's going off, so we're going to pull this out. Oh, sweet success. Now this is what it looks like to be on top. Alright, America. Let's make you great again.